GM, I would like to greet everyone. Hello, welcome to today's space event, and we're so happy to have of you joining us. And I see our guest speaker, Tasha from Infinite Labs, is already here. Welcome. Would you like to unmute your mic and test your connections? Thank you so much.
Hi everyone. Hi Moonlight. Thank you for your time.
Thank you so much for joining us today. And I also like to know if the Infinite official handle wanted to join the stage as well. Send the invitation to the account. So
I think just listen is fine, just to show the
cool.
presence.
Got it. Thank you so much for the lesson about that. And we're so happy to let everyone know that today we are streaming our live session on our X Spaces and also on Binance Live. So more audience will join us and then learn about this very special AMA session. We're going to talk about the journey towards the Agentic DeFi economy. And joining us over here is Tasha. She's a co-founder and CEO at Infinite or Infinite Labs and Friends. Be sure to give her a follow and also follow the official handle listening in the audience right now. So at the beginning, we would like to warn you, welcome Tasha. Would you like to give us an introduction about yourself and project? Also, let us know what are the core vision behind Infinite Domain. Thank you.
Okay, before I get started, just quick question, do I need to pause, along the phrase so you could translate in Chinese, or should I go like a long stream?
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's a good question. So we wanted to make this session bilingual, right? Well, actually, yeah, you could continue, and I will summarize the key points into Mandarin Chinese. I think that will work better. Thank you.
Okay. Well, before I start, 大家好，我是 Tasha，请大家多多指教. And that's all I can speak in Chinese. I practiced a few times before the session. Um, and just a bit about myself. So I studied economics in UC Berkeley and traded crypto since 2016. But I did not go into a career in crypto back then. After graduation, I worked in investment banking in San Francisco, and then also in London before pivoted to become a product manager at Tencent. So quite familiar with different tech products in China as well. And after that, I went to Harvard Business School and dropped out to start my entrepreneur um, career in crypto and DeFi. So I built the first project in 2020 and built a lot of different DeFi because I've been very excited about finance to begin with, but also like different concepts and technology behind what enables DeFi. And in 2024, that's also when I realized that a lot of the DeFi that's being built is not accessible to a lot of people. The tech is there, but the access is very hard to enter. So that's also the birth of Infinite, where the goal is to leverage AI to simplify DeFi as much as possible and make a lot of people get access to this financial growth.
Wow, that is super impressive. Thank you so much, Tasha, for the intro. And do you mind to also let us know where are you originally from? Because we're very curious about it. Thank you.
From Thailand.
那是
Oh,
什么
and
地方？
technically, yeah, ethnically, I'm Chinese, like, great grandparents and everything. So Thai Chinese, I would say.
That is amazing Thai Chinese and also went to top niche university in the world. That's just amazing. And I'm going to translate some key points into Mandarin Chinese for our audience to understand. 那 Tasha 呢，她是 Infinite 的创办人兼 CEO，非常非常优秀啊！我必须要说，因为在我们 Web3 里面有女性的创始者是非常少的，而且刚才呢，她很努力的，对不对？用中文跟我们介绍了超级可爱的。那 Tasha 她自己本身是在加州 UC Berkeley 读经济学，而且从比较早期啊，2016年就开始接触了加密货币交易。不过当时呢，他没有选择进入这个行业来作为他的一个工作，而是毕业后先在旧金山做投资银行的工作。那后来也去了伦敦，所以他是走比较传统金融的。那刚才呢，我也有请问他就是他说他本身来自哪里？他说本身是来自泰国这个国家。那但是他其实他的血统也是华人，对，所以就是一个非常非常国际化的背景。之后呢，他因为有提到嘛，16年开始接触了加密货币，后来呢，也是从传统金融来到了币圈，而且创建了 Infinite 这么样的一个项目，实在太厉害了。那我们有知道了创始人的背景，而且背景我觉得是非常非常具有实力的，对，因为要进名校很不容易，然后这么样的一路走来，所以我们今天很想要再持续了解一下，究竟 Infinite 这个项目是什么。那也希望大家可以多多的帮我们把我们今天的嘉宾还有主办方的官推都关注起来。Thank you so much, Tasha, for the introduction. I briefly translate the key points into Mandarin Chinese to our audience. And of course, we are super curious about so who is Infinite Design for? Who are your target audience, and how does the project serve the diverse needs of all Web3 users? Since like your background is super internationalized, right? And from traditional finance to DeFi, what's your like original target audience when you design Infinite? Thank you.
Sure. So touching upon the higher level pain point that I mentioned earlier, which is we want to use AI to simplify DeFi so more people can use DeFi, right? So in that, goal alone, there are, I would say, like three target groups that we want to target. Um, to begin with, the first target group is those who are already in DeFi. And so I would say this is like more current, crypto natives, but it's only not just only that group, right? But for this group, it's also very important because this is the current users in the space. And I can go a bit further in maybe like next question on how we can or how we help, three different groups. But for this particular question, I want to point out that our focus is also not just stopped at current users, right? The goal is also to tap the second group, which is new users who are, probably like trading crypto, aware of crypto, but not really like using DeFi yet. Um, and a lot of the reasons are probably because it's, information barrier or a lot of information that they have to understand and a lot of tools they have to use. So there are a lot of these different blockers that block newcomers to come into DeFi. So that's the second group we want to target. So those who are familiar with crypto, but not in DeFi yet, right? The third group, which I think this is more of the focus of the future roadmap, but it's also in our um, area, which is traditional finance people or traditional finance users, because technically our technology and what we build can also be applied to non-DeFi as well. It can be applied to stocks or commodities or funds, and just simplify a lot of these for the normal um citizens out there, right? So I think automatically, like, we want to cover all these over time. And as a start today, I think we focus on the current users to make sure we tap this. But as we build, we also keep an eye on how do we serve the second group and the third group better as well.
Well noted. Thank you so much. And those are definitely really important. I have to say that a lot of times when some project teams and they create their product, they didn't really consider who are going to be their target user or their target audience. They might just do it. But I'm very glad that Tasha over here is super clear, right? And she knows the three different groups that are their target audience. And I'm also, of course, going to translate the information into Mandarin Chinese. And we do hope that, friends, if you are one of these, right, or maybe you match two categories, that's also possible, right? Highly recommend you to give Infinite a follow and give them a try as well. And now I'm going to translate the key points into Mandarin Chinese. 那我们刚才呢，其实就是有聊到了说，像 Infinite 这么样的一个项目，它本身是针对哪些人群，对不对？或者是说针对 Web3 的所有的用户来进行一个设计的。Tasha 就是咱们 Infinite 的 founder 还有 CEO，他讲说，其实是三个主要的不同群体啊。那尤其呢，像是 Tasha 他说他特别想要强调，他们关注点其实不仅仅是停留在现有 DeFi 用户，那还有包含说。像是对于DeFi 不熟悉的，对不对？就是 New to DeFi 的，还有传统金融领域这边的用户，对，那尤其是第二个就是对于 DeFi，就是说其实本身已经在币圈里面，可是可能还没有接触到去中心化金融，有时候可能是一些像是对产品的不了解或是也讯息的落差对，那或者是说本身对行业已经有一定程度的认识，但还没有真的开始使用 DeFi 人士，现在 Infinite 最想要强调，但是它其实总共还有划分成三类嘛，我觉得基本上就是把币圈里面所有的人，还有甚至 Web2 的人都已经涵盖在里面了，而且最想来了解想讲一下就是 Tesla 他们这个 Infinite 的项目其实刚才第一个问题的时候就可以有提到，就是 AI 可以真正发挥作用的地方，就是可以降低很多东西的门槛，然后来帮助用户顺利的进入 DeFi 来使用 DeFi。 那还有第3类的用户呢，刚才也有提到啊，就是在未来的规划当中会更加核心的一个目标是传统金融领域的用户。那其实也是我们今天的嘉宾 Tesha 他本身，对不对？他的来时路，他当时也是从传统金融，然后走到去中金融，然后现在 Anthony 正在构建的技术还有系统呢，实际上也可以完全的应用在非 DeFi 的场景当中，比如说股票啊、商品啊、基金管理这一些。然后他说，希望未来可以简化这些传统资产的使用体验，让普通人也能轻松使用。那么从长远来看呢，Infinite 整个团队是希望可以同时服务好这3种不同的群体，然后目前会先聚焦在 DeFi 现有的用户上面打好基础，在产品的构建过程中，也会思考怎么样可以更好的服务刚才所提到的第2类跟第3类用户，也就是对 DeFi 还比较不熟悉的，或者是在传统金融领域的，那也希望可以让 Infinite 的整体影响力不断的扩大。Okay, that's my translation of the answer from Tesha. Thank you so much. And of course, we would like to talk about Infinite V2. Can you share what are the most significant upgrades and innovation in Infinite V2 that elevate users' DeFi experience? Thank you so much.
Sure. So before I go into V2, highlight some quick things about V1 and then I'll get into V2 quickly. So with V1, right? We realized that there are 3 process that users have to go through to execute DeFi or to do something in DeFi. The first step is to discover. So you have to discover opportunities. You have to discover, what protocols. With and then the second step is to evaluate. Once you discover, you don't decide yet. You have to evaluate. Okay, what are the risks? Does it fit us or fit my profile? And then finally, you execute and that's it, right? So with Infinite V1, the key highlight is actually that we simplify DeFi by using AI within Infinite to personalize your experience. And it's the first time where we introduce personalization to DeFi. And when I say personalization, it means that once you connect your wallet to Infinite V1, which is the current app, Infinite's AI would create a persona of who you are, your risk profile, the assets that you hold, and everything become an input to help you discover and evaluate opportunities faster and easier. So when you come to Infinite, the answers that you get, let's say when you ask what are the yield opportunities on Ethereum, the answers that you get would be different from the answer that another person get because this answer is particularly tailored to you, your risk profile, and what you would like more. So as you can see here with V1, it simplifies and helps a lot with discovery part and the evaluation part. Now when it comes to execution part in V1, it's quite simple still, with the things that AI can help you with. For example, simple meaning it's lending, staking, bridging, swapping. There's no complex, or more complicated or multi-step actions that you can do yet. But that itself is going to be what V2 is going to tackle. So let me pause here and then give you some time to share this, and then I'll come back and share a bit more of V2.
Got it. Thank you so much, Tesha, for letting us know about that. Starting from understanding what is Infinite V1, and then later we're going to go over V2. What are the upgrades of it? That's really considerable, and especially right now, I see that. Let me check our audience over here. Yeah, we have over 2,000 live audience on Binance and over 1,000 over here on X as well. I also see we got a lot of comments over here. Okay, thank you so much, everyone, for your support. And I have to say that the Infinite community is certainly really strong. And let me quickly translate what Tesha just said regarding Infinite V1. 那么刚才呢，我们的原本的问题是想要请教一下 Tesha，就是 Infinite 的创办人跟 CEO，就到底 V2 对不对 ？Infinite V2 有哪些的更新？那他也很贴心啊，因为他晓得说，可能我们今天现场有很多新的听众朋友，其实对于 V1 本身也不那么了解。 那么他就先介绍一下到底 Infinite 的 V1 是什么。其实呢，在 Infinite 打造 V1 的过程当中，他们发现用户在使用 DeFi 或是进行任何 DeFi 操作的时候，会需要经历3个主要的步骤。然后第一个是发现，你要先去发现有哪些机会，有哪些协议可以使用。那第二个是评估，就是发现了有哪些协议可以使用之后，不会立刻做决定，还要评估风险，适不适合我们来使用，还有有没有匹配到我们身为用户的一个使用的喜好。对，然后最后一步才是执行，真的去做这笔操作。那 Infinite V1 的核心亮点呢，就是团队通过 AI 把 DeFi 整个流程简化了，并且第一次在 DeFi 引入了一个个性化体验 （personalization） 的一个概念啊。当我们把钱包连接到 Infinite V1，也就是目前的版本之后呢，AI 会基于我们的钱包信息来生成一个用户画像，那包含我们的风险偏好啊，我们持有哪些资产类型啊，这些都会成为 AI 分析的输入，帮助我们可以更快、更精准的完成一个发现跟评估。那所以我们可能本来发现跟评估要好长一段时间，那现在有了 Infinity 的 V1 就可以很快的来完成了。那比方说我们在 Infinity 上面如果问，最近以太坊有哪些新的机会？收到答案跟其他用户收到答案会是不一样的，因为这个答案是根据我们个人的风险偏好还有兴趣来产生出来的。所以这样子就是按照刚才 Tasha 所讲的可以看到 V1 解决的就是发现还有评估这两个阶段的问题。那么在执行这个板块呢，是 V1 目前还是比较基础的，比方说像借贷啊、质押啊、跨链桥兑换啊，那 AI 能够协助的空间其实还比较有限，还没有到更复杂，还没有到更多步骤的一个执行逻辑。那这也是接下来 V2 想要重点解决的部分。好啦，然后 Tasha 刚才讲说，他先讲到这边，给大家先消化一下的，大家现在对 V1 有了一定的认知，其实也很厉害了。我们接下来再邀请 Tasha 继续讲一讲 V2. Thanks so much, Tasha, for you're very considerable and letting us know what are the significant I would say innovations, right, regarding Infinite V1. It's already super amazing. Especially I like the personalized answer, right, through understanding our on-chain history. Right? And now would you like to go over and continue to letting us know what are some upgrades regarding Infinite V2? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you as well. With V2, what we are creating is we call it Agentic DeFi economy. And all three words are, very important because what agentic means for us is that it's we use AI to a lot of AI agents together to create something meaningful for people. And that's what, agentic part means. DeFi is, creating something meaningful in DeFi, right? Economy is actually a very important piece as well because what we are doing with V2 is not just an application, but it is the first time where we are creating an economy of three stakeholders. Um, Stakeholder of DeFi strategy creator, the second stakeholder of all these AI agents. So as you can see here, it's human working together with AI to create something more meaningful. And then the third stakeholder, which I'll touch upon it later, is what we call scouter. So scouter is the anyone who is able to um, surface the right DeFi strategy to us. So that's like just on the stat statement alone, right? But to zoom out a bit more is that with V2, what we enable is we enable anyone who has DeFi ideas, be it DeFi KOL, DeFi experts, or maybe like developer or someone working at a DeFi protocol or a chain that wants to that has some DeFi ideas on particular protocol or chain, right? So all these people can write their ideas in their own language, like Chinese, English, whatever it is, and Infinite's AI on the V2 product would turn this prompt into a one-click transaction. So that also means that even though your prompt and your DeFi ideas is so complex, that it might include like 17 steps of swapping, borrowing, lending, and all these things to create a looping position, for example. Infinite's AI agent work together to turn that prompt into a one-click transaction. So that is what the product does. And what that enables is that, number one, it enables DeFi experts or DeFi KOLs or anyone who have DeFi ideas to be able to create their create the strategy out of their ideas. Because without infinite product, you would need to be able to code, to write Solidity, um, to create this strategy on Ethereum, right? But now you don't need to code. You just need to know that DeFi idea that you have, and you use infinite product to turn that idea into a one-click transaction. So that's the benefit. That's the first benefit. The second benefit is, as a DeFi strategy creator, you can also monetize from your strategy. As more people use your strategy, those users would also have to pay fees, and these fees would also go to the strategy creator. So that's the second benefit. The third benefit is for the end users, where without Infinite and without these amazing, DeFi strategy creator, a lot of the strategies would not be even accessible to normal users at all, because some people may not have the time to manually do it. But here, those users can just do a one-click transaction, or some people may not be aware of that opportunity or have that idea to begin with, but now they do, because they can come to Infinite, find that opportunity, and do a one-click transaction. So now these opportunities are not only within the small circle of those who have knowledge, but now opportunities are spread out a lot more to everyone, and everyone can come to Infinite and execute these strategies in a one click. So that's the third benefit. And on a high level, I think this changes a lot of how people think of DeFi, because when people think of DeFi, people just think there are a lot of things you have to do, a lot of tools you have to use. Information changes all the time, and APY may not be the real APY anymore. But with Infinite, it just simplifies a lot of this and make all these DeFi ideas available to everyone.
Wow, this is just super. Thank you so much for letting us know regarding the V2, Tesha. And especially, I want to say that a lot of times content creators actually had a hard time to monetize their content, right? So I have to say, at least really helps a lot. And I am going to, yeah, share some key points into Mandarin Chinese to our audience. 所以刚才其实 Tasha 她分享了很多，就是关于我们这个 Infinite V2，对不对？到底有带来了什么？那有几点啊，我觉得很重要，就是说，刚才我们在 V1，对不对？已经可以做到了这个评估啊，发现跟评估，对不对？然后 V2 呢，还可以帮忙把执行这部分做很好，而且甚至它可以帮忙我们，就是成为，我觉得会成为很厉害的内容创作者，因为 DeFi 这个东西啊，我觉得本身在Web3，很多人想要来理解，可是很少人能够真正的深入的去懂、去了解，并且可以把它深入浅出的，对，用一个比较容易了解的模式，然后来讲出来，让大家来更明了。对，所以我觉得，在这个 Infinite V2 这一点呢，真的是做到了非常非常好的一个更新。然后也是希望说，未来大家可以再多多的来关注一下，因为 V2 应该是很快也就要来推出了，然后这样子的话呢，结合了 V1 的优点，对不对？比方说刚才我们讲到了，就是用 AI 来把 DeFi 整个流程简化而且个性化，然后接下来呢，甚至还有到你可以产出内容啊，然后并且还可以来帮助大家，可以就是有机会可以把自己的变现，对不对？可能自己的一些模式，对不对？自己一些交易模式啊，或者自己的一些所生成的一些内容，反正就是我觉得，就为什么我其实最近在 我们线下的时候，线下交流也有跟很多传统科技还有像金融这边的大佬们啊，都有提到，就是一起来分析说我们 AI 这个赛道进步的非常非常快，然后怎么样可以来结合区块链，我觉得这是非常非常重要的。So Tesla, actually, recently I was able to meet a lot of people that in AI sector and also traditional finance, and also yeah, people already always talking about how we could combine these two, right? And I highly, yeah, tomorrow have another meeting in person. I will definitely encourage them to go check out Infinite, because this is definitely, yeah, your team is like walking in front of a lot of other people. Thank you so much for creating such useful projects and very amazing product. No wonder I already see a lot of county members say, "County to raise your hand and post comments," and I just want to come up and also share their thoughts and or ask questions as well. This is a very engaging community. Thank you so much. And of course, since today this is a bilingual session, right? Let's talk about Chinese community. How can Chinese community participate and earn rewards or recognition within the Infinite community? Thank you so much. Question to Tasha.
Sure. So we have Kaito campaign allocating tokens, particularly for Chinese Yapper as well. So if you are top 50 Chinese Infinite Yappers, 200,000 in tokens are for you. Chinese community is very important for Infinite. And even though I cannot speak Chinese, but my ancestors are Chinese, so I feel some connections there, and that's also why I really want to make sure we grow more in the Chinese community as well, not just a one-time thing. The second point as well is our application is also compatible in Chinese. You can change the language to Chinese and everything will be in Chinese.
That is once again very considerable. Let me translate these very important two things to our Chinese members. And whether it's the rewards or the platform, right, accessible, that's all both are very important. 好，那么我们刚才呢，其实有来请教了咱们 Infinite 的创办人兼 CEO Tasha 女士啊，就是说对于咱们中文社区参与到 Infinite 这个生态里面有哪一些优势呢？对，我觉得这真的是很棒啊！刚才有提到就是开头这个我们都一直很喜欢在上面撸空投的平台，对不对？Infinite 在上面也有一个 leaderboard，而且他们是有很多很多的一个奖励啊，是要给前50名的中文社区的 Yapper。所以，如果你是内容创作者，你喜欢写，请多多写跟 Infinity 相关的内容，这样就有机会排名前50，然后一起来瓜分这么多的 Infinity 代币。那因为对他说，中文社区对他们来讲非常非常重要，而且虽然他本身不能够很流利的说中文，但是他的祖先是有华人血统的，所以他就觉得说他非常的投入，想要来把咱们中文社区做一个增长。那另外还有另一个好消息就是 Ifni 完全支持中文，只要打开 Ifni 的应用程式，点击右上角的语言选项就可以切换中文，而且整个界面变成中文了，这样就很方便大家来使用。那必须要说啊，就是我们的 Infinity 团队真的是在各个细节都很重视。Thank you so much, Tasha, for letting us know about these two very important information for our Chinese community. And of course, we would like to talk about Infinity Intelligence. What users can do now? Because, well, I see a lot of audience over here, right? And people are eager to learn what are the standout features available to users on Infinity today that simplify the DeFi experience, especially for our Chinese users. Thank you.
Sure. So once you connect your wallet to Infinite application today, as mentioned briefly earlier, it personalizes to your account. And there are multiple ways you can use the current application. The first way is you don't have to know exactly what you want. You can just share the goal. For example, you can share that your goal is to earn $50 a month, and you have 5 ETH. How can you do that? And based on that alone, Infinite AI would give the answers that are personalized to you. So it would suggest different yield opportunities or yield strategies. If you are not too risky based on your wallet activity or the tokens you hold in the wallet, then it would suggest things that are, not so risky. And if you have done more risky things, then it would also suggest more risky things. So that's, the first example of how you can use it. The second example is you can also use it to research and understand more things about DeFi. So you can think of Infinite as your DeFi companion, without having to read through different websites or follow like different Twitter accounts and read and get information from so many places. You can use Infinite as your companion and research to understand more. So you can research like how does this protocol work? What is this particular concept? What does this mean? Or even like when does this project unlock the token, or have they done security audit? So think of Infinite as your like DeFi companion to help you research and understand more. And then the third example, of course, is that once you do more research, once you know the ideas of what use strategies are right for you, then you can also execute these DeFi actions. So you can also use Infinite and tell it that, hey, like I want to let's say bridge 10 USDC from base to Ethereum, and then after that want to let's say land on Aave, then Infinite would work together within the AI system to create that transaction for you. So all you do is read it, confirm that it's correct, and click confirm. You don't have to go to like multiple tabs and use different tools to bridge the token or anything like that. Yeah, so those are like key highlights that I think are relevant. And of course, all of these are available in Mandarin.
Wow, that is definitely super convenient. Thank you so much, Tesha, for letting us know about the three very important features, right, that stand out, especially also for our Chinese users. And I'm going to translate the information 来讲一下，我们刚才提到就是说有哪一些非常非常棒的一些功能啊，在现在的 Infinite。它其实本身目前就已经有了，然后可以让我们的中文区的小伙伴们来使用。那么刚才 Tesha 把整个这重心分成3个部分。第一个就是当我们把钱包连到 Infinite 应用程式之后，整个平台就根据我们的账户来进行个人化设定。这一点其实我们在早前的这场 AMA 也有提到嘛。那目前应用程式有很多种使用方式，有一种是你完全不需要知道你自己想要做什么，只要分享你的目标就可以了。比方说，你可以说我的目标是我想每个月赚多少多少钱，然后我现在有多少多少的资金，或者是有特别的某种币种，我现在有多少？那比方说有5个以太，对不对？那我要怎么样来做到？然后 Infinite 的 AI 就会根据这样的资讯来提供针对我们个人化建议，可以推荐不同的机会或是策略。然后如果根据我们过去的钱包的历史操作显示比较保守的话，那么 Infinite AI 也会推荐风险比较低的一些模式。如果说我们钱包里持有资产或者操作记录看起来比较积极，或是可以承受高风险这样子一个心态，然后他也会来提出，就是反正个性化的建议，所以我觉得这点是很厉害啊，就是他会根据我们的钱包的一些记录来推荐，可能是更有潜力的风险更高的策略，或是风险比较低的操作模式。然后第二点呢，AI 我们是用户是可以透过推特账号，或是就是不同的地方来可以获取很多关于 Infinite AI 的一些资讯嘛。那当 我们这个把网络当成我们在 Web3 或 DeFi 里的好伙伴，然后主动查资料做研究，来了解，来深入了解说协议怎么运用的啊，然后我们就是可以主动去查这概念什么意思啊，然后这个 Infinity 这个网络可以成为我们的 DeFi 小助手，然后帮助我们更全面的了解整个 DeFi 这个领域。其实就像刚才 Tasha 有特别提到啊，为什么有些人已经在 Web3，可是还没有尝试 DeFi 怎么操作？那可能就是因为有些讯息差，或是有一些还有一些教育方面的，对不对？然后我觉得 Infinite AI 在这一点，它就是有把不足之处有弥补下了。然后我们用户也可以使用 Infinite AI 来直接跟他说：“嘿，我想要把10个 USDC 从 Base 链，然后桥接到以太链，然后把它用来在 AAVE 上面来放贷。”然后这时候 Infinity 也会透过 AI 系统来帮助我们自动串接整个流程，还要把这笔交易组合好。所以只需要读一下这个流程，然后确认内容正确，点击确认就可以完成操作。我们就不需要再打开很多的分页，然后分别去找桥接的工具啊，又再去找放贷协议啊，那全部都在同一个平台就可以完成了。哇，我觉得这几个功能非常非常棒诶，我真的是本身听完 AMA 之后，整个人被种草。我相信我们今天的小班也是这样的我希望大家今天在这场 AMA 之后，都可以来用一下我们 Infinite 这么厉害的一个 AI 加上 DeFi 的功能。Thank you so much, Tasha. I think those features are super useful, not just for our Chinese users, but for everyone in crypto. No wonder the community is super supportive and very active. So the next question we'd like to know is, would you like to share some examples of unique DeFi workflows that user can execute with Infinite right now? Thank you so much.
Sure. An example would be, let's say you hold USDC on Base, right? You can tell Infinite bridge, let's say like 10 USDC from Base to Ethereum for me. And you just stay on the application, wait for the AI to create your transaction. You can check the transaction to make sure everything's correct, and you can click confirm. And then after that, you can also tell it that, hey, with this USDC, I want to buy, for example, PT token of that SUSDE on Pendle. Then it will do that for you. And then finally, you might want to deposit that PT SUSDE on Aave just to earn yield while also like taking a position on Pendle. You can also tell that to Infinite. So all of these show that it enables you to just stay on one platform without you having to know which bridge to use to bridge from Base to Ethereum, or like which pools to buy on Pendle, and then move asset from Pendle to Aave, and manually do everything themselves, right? Note that this is the example of V1. With V2, all of these can be in one click. So for example, if let's say, if Moonlight creates a DeFi strategy on Infinite, to do all these actions, and this is your strategy, and anyone else who come in to Infinite and see that, oh, like Moonlight has created this DeFi strategy on Infinite, anyone else can just click one time, and all these 4 steps across 2 chains and 2 protocols would be executed one click by Infinite's AI.
This is definitely super needed function. Oh my goodness. Well, while I am learning and translating the information to our audience, I definitely wanted to encourage everyone be sure to start to use it today. This is super amazing product. And now I'm going to translate the key points into Mandarin Chinese as well. 那刚才呢，我们其实有询问到有哪一些，举例说明，对不对？来聊聊 Infinity 非常非常独特的一些 DeFi 的一个操作的流程跟模式，然后可以让我们今天的听众朋友们就可以来使用起来啊。然后 Tisha 他有说，假设对不对 Infinity AI 是真的是非常非常好用的，就假设我们现在在 Base 上面有 USDC，然后只需要跟 Infinity 讲，帮我把10U 从 Base 桥接到以太，那我们也不需要切换网页或者打开其他工具，只要待在同一个应用程式里面就好了，AI 就会自动生成这整笔交易。我们可以检查一下，这整个流程是不是正确，然后确认没问题后点击确认就好了。那而且我们还可以在Tasha 又在举例说，我们还可以再拿这个 USDC 去买 Pando， 有没有这个 XUSDE 的 PD 代币？然后这个 Infinity 也可以帮我们完成这整步骤。那另外，如果我们还想要再加一样，帮我把买到的，对不对 ？PSUSD 存入 AVE， 那这样子我们可以一边赚利息，一边在 Pando 上面持仓。那一样的 Infinity 也会帮我们来完成，就是这样的简单啊！本来很多的步骤，很多跨协议的操作，全部都可以在同一个界面上一次就完成了。这为什么刚才就是必须要跟 Taylor 讲说，我今天一边主持节目，一边了解 Infinity， 一边来翻译，我个人就觉得太好用了。那刚才有提到，在 V1 的版本，用户可能必须自己手动操作，比方说 Panda 资产转到 AV， 然后每一步都要自己完成。它到 V2 就是全部都可以在同一个平台完成。那举例来说，刚才 Tasha 也用月光来举例子，比方说月光就是我们在 Infinity 上面创作了一个包含所有这些动作 DeFi 策略，这个策略可以公开分享，然后其他用户打开 Infinity 之后去看到，这是月光创建的策略。然后只要点一下按钮，这4个跨链跨协的步骤就能一次性的自动执行完成。我真的觉得太棒了，我必须要赶快来学习，并且熟练怎么样来使用 Infinity 的这个 AI 产品。那我们最后呢，在节目的尾声，也想要来邀请一下我们 Infinity AI 的创办人兼 CEO Tasha 女士，有没有哪一些最后想要补充的讯息，可以跟我们来介绍一下？Well, Tasha, I can believe that we are coming toward the end of today's MA session, and I have to say that I've learned a lot, and I can't wait to create my own strategy to simplify a lot of super complicated process, right? When we are navigating the DeFi sector. So, do you mind to let us know what are some final thoughts or key takeaways that you would like to share with the Infinite community as we wrap up this session? Thank you.
Sure. The first key takeaway is, uh, what I say about the product has been live. So all these are not like just ideas and like fluff. So please try to use it. And like if there's any feedback, please let us know as well. Um, the second key takeaway is, and I mentioned earlier as well, is that we are building Infinite, not just targeting DeFi. The end goal, which is the ultimate goal, is to expand this use case and technology to TradFi, to fintech as well. But of course, because of expertise and our current users are in DeFi, then we target DeFi first. Um, and the third and last key takeaway is, um, it is also very important for us that we keep growing the Chinese community and Infinite's Chinese community. So this is only the first time where we host the session. So hopefully we will announce more of these sessions in the future. And for those Chinese community members, if you have any tips and tricks on how we can grow better in Chinese communities, please also let us know. We want to keep growing in China and in Chinese community as well.
Super amazing. Thank you so much, Tisha, for the final thoughts sharing with us and the 3 takeaways. I'm going to translate the 3 takeaways into Mandarin Chinese for our Chinese audience as well. And also, friends, be sure to give Tisha and Infinite a follow so you will receive more amazing updates from them. 那么我接下来把我们最后结尾的部分我邀请了我们 Infinite 的创办人兼 CEO Tasha 女士来做一个分享或是做一些重点整理，还有他们未来，那么接下来可能会着重在哪一些阶段、哪些地方来去发展。那 Tasha 她，我真的觉得学霸就是不一样学霸他每一个问题都是很有逻辑，非常仔细。那他有讲到说，今天 AMA 有3个重点。那第一个重点就是之前有提到，这个产品其实是已经上线了，所以刚才 Tasha 他分享的所有的环节都不是想象出来的，对不对？都不是概念，不是空话，不是在画饼。也希望大家真的可以去使用看看。 那如果有任何的使用心得、使用反馈，也欢迎随时跟 Infinite 团队、跟 Tesla 本身来联系，然后来交流。那第二个重点是，团队来打造 Infinite 的目标，不是只在 DeFi 领域，最终的愿景是什么呢？是想要把这一套技术还有应用场景可以拓展到更多的部分，比方说像 FinTech，那么这些更广泛的领域。然后还有最后一个也是最重要的重点呢，第三个重点就是说，持续壮大中文社区，还有 Infinite 的华语社群都是非常非常重要的。那么这一次呢，是 Infinite 团队第一次举办这样的活动，那中英双语，也是未来有更多类似的 AMA 场次。那对中文社区的朋友们，如果大家有任何关于更好在我们华语社区中成长的建议或是办法，也欢迎来跟团队进行分享。哇，我必须要说，我今天收获非常非常多，然后我也很高兴的觉得说我们的 Web3 是有在进步的，对不对？不再只是画饼，而是真的一个超好用的一个 protocol，大家可以来使用起来，把 Infinite 推荐给各位。Well, Ted, I have to say that throughout my 3 years hosting thousands of AMA sessions, just like you say, right? Just like you wanted to emphasize, many other projects, they are just kind of like drawing some vision to us without really uh, real products are not there, not probably not even built right now, just PPT project, PowerPoint projects. That's what we code. But Infinite is really different because you already got a product and it's really easy to use and it really solves a lot of complicated process, right? While we are trying to using DeFi. And I have to admit that I probably am one of the users that from the category that you mentioned, right? Already in Web3, but still quite not super into DeFi because of all those, lots of procedures that I have to go through. So if I don't have to use it, I will not use it. But now with Infinite AI tool, I am going to start to rethink and also change my user habit, right? I'm going to become more a real DeFi user, a real Digen in Web3 space. Once again, shout out to the Infinite team for creating such an amazing product. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That means a lot. And yeah, our team really builds this because it's the pain that we feel. And ultimately, we want this to be very impactful. So we have, a lot of plans and future visions for Infinite.
That is amazing. Looking forward to more Mandarin Chinese and English bilingual image session with the Infinite team and looking forward to more updates from the project as well. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, Moonlight. 谢谢你。
Thank you. 谢谢 Thank you. 卡坤卡。
Thank you.
那我必须要说啊，就是台小老师他今天的分享，我觉得非常非常重要。然后我们今天这一场是中英双语，所以适合我们来自全球各地的华人小伴，对不对？一起来收听。那如果你对于 Infinite AI 在使用方面有任何的一些问题的话，都欢迎直接跟团队联络起来哦。再次感谢大家。那我们今天 A 妹就到这边结束啦，谢谢，拜拜。